Hello and welcome back to the Legacy Kitchen. Tonight we are going to be making something really great, part of our meal prep series. We love to prep at least one meal a week, and we usually like to do it for lunch. By having one meal a week prepared in advance, it makes it so you always know what's going into your food. You know you're getting something super healthy and delicious. It helps you save money, and it helps you stay on track with your plan. So this is Parmesan Crusted chicken tenders with green beans. So I already have some water that I'm going to get boiling on the stove. Set my oven to 400, and I am going to show you how to bread this chicken, but instead of using breading, it's going to be with the Parmesan cheese. So this is perfect for a low-carb plan, and it would also be really great to try this in like a chicken Parmesan. Instead of having the chicken be breaded, you can use this cheese coating, save the carbs, and keep it a little healthier. So what I have here is about a cup of fresh Parmesan, which I didn't grate myself, but I bought it from the store fresh in the refrigerated section. With some Italian seasoning, there is oregano and basil, as well as some garlic powder. So this already smells really good. And in this bowl, I have one egg that I just is beaten. So what we're going to do is take this chicken, coat it in the egg mixture, and then one by one, just kind of coat them on here, put them on the pan, and then we'll bake it. Once they're baking, I'm going to boil the beans. My water is already cooking up, but we'll boil the beans, and then I'm going to put it in my handy-dandy Tupperware containers. Have everything ready for lunch. It's going to be perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to get these in here. There's no real perfect way to do it. I did salt my chicken with some salt and pepper before I got started. So it's about all it's going to fit. So I'm just going to take these guys front and back, roll it around, place it on there. You know, I really want you guys to know that you can eat healthy food. This is just chicken and green beans, but it's really good for you, and it's going to taste really good. So you should always eat food that is healthy and also tastes good, because if you put yourself on a plan where the food doesn't taste good or you get really sick of it really soon, you're never going to stay on the plan. So try to find a program that has delicious food, like one of our legacy programs. The Parmesan is going to give a little crust on the chicken while it's cooking. And they're chicken tenders, so they're pretty thin, which means they're going to cook up pretty fast in the oven, unlike a thicker chicken breast, which might take a little bit longer. So now these guys are going to go in the oven, and we're going to put our beans in the boiling water. I have those on the top rack. They're going to cook in about 12 minutes. And what I have here is a big bucket of green beans that I have washed and trimmed. And what I mean by trimmed is I cut off the edges. And I have both some thicker beans that are not tough, but they're just a little harder. And then these more delicate green beans that have a more delicate end. And I don't mind them, so I left them on. But if you buy these, you can trim them on, trim off the edges, because, I don't know, some people don't like them. It's totally up to you. Okay, I'm going to cover these. So here's a note on cooking the green beans. Since this is my meal prep, I am going to let them cool and then reheat them in the microwave either tomorrow or the next day or the next day. So I do not want to overcook my green beans. Otherwise, when they get reheated again, once they're in the Tupperware, they're going to become overcooked and rather mushy. So what we're going to watch for is the color on the beans to change from just their regular color to a brighter green color. This is a tip that you can use for broccoli too. Once the broccoli turns bright green, that's a good time to pull it out. All right, so what we're going to do now is just give these beans a couple minutes to cook. We're going to give this chicken about 12 minutes to cook. So when that's done, I'll see you back here. So I ended up cooking the chicken for about 10 minutes at 400, and then I turned on the broiler because I wanted the Parmesan cheese to get nice and brown on the top. So let's see how it turned out. Ooh, yum. Look at that. Got a little crisp on there. My herbs are all baked in. That is going to be awesome. So I also Drain the beans, and while they were still wet, I sprinkled on some salt because if they're wet, the salt's going to stick on there, which is good. And 1 chicken tender. These chicken tenders are on the small side. They're probably about 1.5 to 2 ounces. So I'm just going to go for 3 because I'm probably going to get about 5 to 6 ounces of protein in there. So I have my 3 chicken tenders in there. I'm going to get a little serving of green beans. Get it in there. This is going to be a great lunch. So this lunch with the chicken tenders and green beans is paired with the other lunch, which is the seasoned ground beef and cauliflower rice. These are so great to enjoy all week. It can be just for yourself or you and your partner. That way you don't have to have the same lunch every day, even though, I don't know, this is pretty good, so you might be okay with it. I'm gonna take some time and fill up my Tupperware containers, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope you join us for the next one.